won $112,000 today.
Don't want to die. Death is a constant reminder here.
Where people we kill, we advance.
You ain't supposed to be alive.
Stealing, shooting people, doing whatever I had to do.
We had to make a living.
I want him dead. I want his family dead.
I know how to grind. I started from the bottom.
Never rat on your friends.
Race to rackets.
It's rough on a black man.
Hold up, we're gonna blow this whole...
How do you run a successful drug organization? Well, just like all the businesses that surround you, like Burger King, McDonald's, Walmart, and all the other car dealerships, they all have one thing in common, and that's the chain of command. It was something different about the Chamber brothers. Chief of Detroit DEA once said they were skilled entrepreneurs that had every major business techniques going for themselves. It was once said that he ran a drug empire in style of big business, like a Fortune 500 company. Now guess who said that? New York Times. New York Times stamped that. They were one of the best crews to ever do it. Now, how do you run a successful business involving crooks, stick-up kids, rats, undercovers, thieves, fiends, junkies, and murderers? Well, we have to let them school us real quick. Before we get to that, let's get these likes up and make sure you subscribe. Don't be a stranger. Hit the comments up. Thanks in advance. Now, how do you run a successful operation? Well, everything was mapped out. Larry had 5 apartments on 4 different floors, with different sized crack rocks on every floor. The first floor had $3 crack rocks. The second floor had $5 and $8 crack rocks. The third floor had $10 crack rocks. And last but not least, the 5th floor had $20 boulders. The higher you went, the higher you got. And I never tried crack before, but I heard they only give you a 5-minute high that keeps you coming back for more. But anyway, they had a separate building called the Smokehouse that supplied torches and pipes. Now it's been documented that the ring at its peak sold $3 million worth of cocaine a day. You had Larry and Billy Joe. They were the key players to the organization. So they was the players that kept the organization going because they had a friendly competition going on. They made things fun. If Larry opened up a crack spot, Billy will open up too. If Billy sold his crack box for $5, Larry would sell his for $3. That just kept the franchise going. Believe it or not, Larry would hold promotions. He would award regulars who recruited first-timers the amount of crack equal to the buyers. It was like a true business. They even had identification cards to keep track of the employees. You had high school students that were paid $100 a day during 12-hour shift, cooking or selling. Now these guys went as far as mock raids. You know how schools had fire drills? Well, they had mock raids, so everyone knows what to do during a raid, from the lookouts to the cooking staff. Larry would have his own cars bug. So when he wasn't there, he would listen in on conversation of his workers, and he would learn critical information on his lieutenants. He knew who was his enemies and he knew who his friends were. In his own words, he said, many lieutenants had murdered their own boss in the drug game, so you can't sleep in this business. You must always be on your P's and Q's. But didn't I say that a couple videos ago? It's never the enemies, it's the person that's close to the person. And he would use one of the 48 laws of power. Law 18. Do not build a fortress to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. If you miss 48 laws of power 1 and 2, go check it out right now. Learn some real game. Apply it to your real life. Another law he would use was law number 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. He had a group of bad bitches working on the streets. They dated rival drug dealers and police officers. It was their job to bring him back information on raids, stash spots, and home address. He also had older women that would sit in on courtrooms during the drug dealer trials to see who was snitching and what were their real names. October 7th, 1986, police raided Larry Chambers' headquarters and found a long list of rules concerning how to run a successful crack organization, written by Larry Chambers. Y'all want to hear the list? Well, I got you. Now, stealing amongst the group, a $300 fine. Fighting amongst the group, $100 fine. Neglecting one house, $100 fine. Not following the rules, $100 fine. Revealing secrets about an organization, a $500 fine. Playing loud music during pickup and drop-offs, a $50 fine. Bringing strangers to the house, a $500 fine. Too much ride together at all times, if not, a $100 fine. When you are riding dirty, you do not stop at your friend's or family house. That would be a $400 fine. Lying for another worker, that could cost you $500. Causing confusion amongst the members, a $200 fine. Speeding while picking up or dropping off, a $100 fine. All money must be picked up before 6 a.m. in the morning, a $200 fine. Now, you are on call 24/7. If you hire a worker and he or she runs off with the money, you must pay for that loss. One does not ride with money or drugs at the same time. That's a $300 fine. One must not ride with all the drugs on them when they are dropping off. If you're caught, that's a $300 fine. One will be promoted and graduated according to his work. If you are planning on getting rich, forget about your girlfriends and family. You will not have too much time for parties or concerts. You shouldn't wear change, felines, gold, etc. Hard work and dedication, we will be all rich within 12 months. Your success is going to depend on how well you follow instructions. Now, the one thing that stuck out to me, the one thing that I felt, is when he said, if you're planning on getting rich, forget about your girlfriends and family. You got to make them sacrifices, bro. Even if you had to take off 6 months, if you have to take 6 months off from everything, stop going out and just stack your money. I mean, it is what it is, man. You got to get that money. But it's still a lot to cover on the Chamber Brothers, so this should be part one of many, because there's a lot to cover. I can't give you all at once, but I will be bringing it to you whenever I get to it. All my people, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't miss out. And oh yeah, hit that like button before you go. I'm out.